Yo, top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Yo, another Friday live stream. I'll wait for y'all to funnel in. Shout out to Smoke Quan in the chat. Wait for y'all to funnel in. Let me make sure I'm good on YouTube. Let me check my other device. I always keep the live streams playing like on my iPad or something, just so I could monitor what's going on. All right, we look good so far. All right, smooth. So for the people who are here early, like I'm not gonna be here pretty much most of next week. I'm on vacation. So next week, you probably won't see many video uploads. Definitely won't be a live stream next Friday. So yeah, I see y'all in the comments. Big Sean absolutely not dissing K-Dot. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna react to a academics video. I saw the Big Sean freestyle. I wanna react to that, but it has like a beat that I think is copywritten. And y'all know when I get copyright on live stream, they automatically take the stream down immediately. But just some housekeeping before we get into the academics video. We're gonna react to this video by I actually hadn't seen this yet. I haven't watched it at all. Academics reacts to Big Sean seemingly dissing Kendrick Lamar and addressing the haters. So I think he's gonna be talking about, again, I haven't seen it, I haven't vetted it yet. I like to do a real first reaction, but it seems like he's gonna be addressing his haters and then also talking about Kendrick too. But some simple housekeeping. Yeah, next week, I'm gonna try to post a video like early because I leave like early in the week. But yeah, I'm gonna be on vacation, so no live stream for sure. And there's probably not gonna be many videos. In case you haven't seen already, not talking about K-Dot, I'm here for the discourse. Yeah, of course. Shout out to the chat, Raquel, Andrew. Let me go to my channel real quick, then I'll share my screen with you guys. Let me close out some of these windows too. I have like a million windows open. So if you haven't seen on the channel, I'm sure you've seen, you guys are in the chat. So you guys are, if you're not in the chat, you're watching live. So I'm sure you've seen my videos, new videos out. We got one on the Amber Rose MAGA saga. MAGA saga. I cracked myself up. MAGA saga, and then Kendrick Lamar. It's not deep video. So this actually hurt a lot of people's feelings. And that's kind of something I want to get to here. Drake fell off video from 2 days ago. It seemed like more than 2 days ago. But yeah, this video right here, Kendrick Lamar is not deep. This great for hip hop. This video like seems to have hurt a lot of people's feelings. If you read the comment section, HUR in the chat, sneak dissing in Big 2024. Oh no, yeah, HUR. If this is actually Big Sean sneak dissing Kendrick Lamar, I'm about to go in so bad on Big Sean. Like, you sneak dissing after what's happened this year so far with the Cat Williams, with the Kendrick versus Drake, with all this stuff happening, you sneak dissing, you still hiding your hand. But I don't think it's that, but we'll see. But yeah, my video right here, Kendrick Lamar is not deep. Obviously, y'all know, you watch my channel, I like the mess. I like to stir up a little controversy. I like to stir the pot, especially in hip hop, because I think stirring the pot a little bit, it creates hip hop conversation. Like, you gotta remember, when I was coming up in hip hop, on the message forums, I'm talking about on, what was it called? Smoking section. I'm talking about the IGN hip hop boards, the Kanye to the forums. It was all hip hop conversation. It was all hip hop conversation. If we're talking about albums, we're talking about lyrics, we're talking about the artists. So that's what I like to bring to the spaces that I'm in. So when I make video like this, Kendrick Lamar's not deep, and if you watch the video, you know exactly what I'm saying. Obviously, I know people are gonna be pissed off, man. Like, I know people are like, oh my God, you're talking about Kendrick, you're not a real fan. I expect that. But what I hope to get out of it is for people to hear my argument and then debate the argument. What frustrates AOL group chats is crazy. But yeah, like when I was like maybe like 7 or 8 years old, I used to go in the chat rooms in AOL. That was with dial-up internet. Anyways, but what happened here instead is, a lot of people got the message. A lot of people didn't get the message. What frustrates me is I know the title is going to, I know the title is going to piss people off. I know it's going to make you click on a video and be angry as fuck. I know that. But what I'm hoping happens is that people watch the video, hear my points, debate my points, attack my points. What frustrates me is when people miss the point. It almost, see, I try to keep like this hope of society that people are smarter than, like, let's say Americans. I'd like to believe that Americans are smarter than what people give them credit for. For example, I like to believe that humans in general are smarter than what many people give us credit for. But when people show a lack of comprehension skills, it's a little frustrating. So let's look at a couple comments. So if you watch this video, I mean, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I think it's a great video. Shout out to the Company Man. He said it's his favorite video of mine that I've done. And y'all know I watch a lot of Company Man videos. Been watching them for years. This is a video about how Kendrick Lamar is not super lyrically deep. And it's, my entire argument is centered around this video by What's the Dirt, the 616 in LA breakdown, which is an hour long. It me basically saying the song is not even lyrically dense enough to require an hour. And Kendrick Lamar is never that type of rapper. He doesn't require these super lyrical breakdowns. He's not like punchline rapper. He's not double meaning, double entendres, every song, every verse. He's not like that. There are rappers though who are like that. Makami, Lupe Fiasco, and I give these examples. Absol, I said in the video. Now, really there is no debating that, right? Really, you can't objectively debate what I'm saying because what I'm saying is true, right? So that's one part of the argument. But there are people who responded with verses. Like, no, check out Kendrick's verse on Nostalgia, which I agree. Great point. Great point. In the video, I say Kendrick, he can do this. He can do this super lyrical stuff, but it's not his bag. He'll break it out every so often. But you listen to a Kendrick verse, it's very straightforward. The deepness that Kendrick Lamar has is in the messaging. It's in the themes, the album, how it's structured, the sequencing of the tracks. It's like a mastermind genius in a different way, though, as compared to someone who's super deep with the triple entendres and all this stuff. So really what I'm saying, objectively, you can't debate it, but I would like to see what people have to say, right? And I'm open to being proved wrong. What's the frustrating part, and then we'll get to this academics video about Big Sean and Kendrick, is just people who just miss the point. Because again, I'm just trying to have good hip hop conversation. I'm trying to stir the pot a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna be a little messy. It'll be a little messy sometimes. Shout out Argentina, we're gonna be a little messy sometimes. But people who just miss the point, for instance, K. Dot equals Pulitzer Prize, and 42 others agree. Did I respond to this? I'm not sure what the Pulitzer Prize has to do with the video, what I'm talking about in the video, which is me breaking down Kendrick's lyrics, his deepest songs, and showing like he's not super lyrical, but he's not trying to be. And Kendrick Lamar in his verses has said, I'm not super lyrical. My simplest shit be more pivotal. Don't compare me to Talib Kweli and Common. I'm not conscious. I don't know what this, like when I read something like this, it makes me just lose a little bit of hope. It's like they're chipping away at my hope in people's comprehension. It's like chipping away at it. Dude thinks he's being deep by rage baiting Kendrick fans. Yes, I am rage baiting you, but I don't think I'm deep either. Yeah, they flaming you in the comments. That's fine. I expect it to be flamed in the comments. I'm not afraid of the smoke. Oh, this one was golden. I prefer when you talk about stuff you do like as opposed to things you don't like. There's enough negativity in the world. Really, that's not true because my Drake videos, no one said anything about that. Let me see, hold on. The issue is we have stan bases instead of just pure fans of rap, to where you shouldn't say anything against certain artists. Kendrick is one of those. I say this almost in every Kendrick video I make. Like I say this like almost tongue in cheek, but it's true. I know this is what I say. I know on the internet it's like illegal to say anything bad or even slightly critical about Kendrick Lamar, but here's what I'm gonna say. I say this like damn near every video because it's true. But look, my Drake videos. Drake fell off. Angry review of Eminem. Academic scoping. I mean, these are not exactly the most positive videos in the world. The issue is not me talking about things I don't like versus do like. I'm gonna talk about both, because who wants to watch a channel where you just love everything? It's like, especially music, like where you're supposed to be critical, like it just feels fake, right? The issue isn't talking about stuff I do like as opposed to things I don't like. It's that you don't want to hear me talk badly about an artist that you like, in which I didn't talk badly about them. But let me try to find a comment that just makes me, again, just an example of me just a small chip at my faith in humanity's comprehension skills. Did you watch What's It There's video? 100% rap from the. I'm fine with a comment like this. Respectfully disagree. He made an album backwards. He used a reverse recording track of Richard Pryor on The Wiz. Okay, I'm not sure what this has to do with. I'm not sure what this has to do with Kendrick being lyrically deep. He's a tactician. Every line Kendrick says has a meaning for the most part. He's methodical. I mean, how many times do these artists have to tell you, whether it's Kendrick or J. Cole, that stop putting me on a pedestal? I am not what you think I am. They have entire songs centered around this. Kendrick Lamar, Savior, and he said it on many other songs. On Snow on the Bluff, J. Cole says, like, yo, I don't read. I'm not as well read as you. Stop approaching me like I am. Like, don't put me on this pedestal. But I think I might have, none of what you mentioned has to do with complex lyricism. I just blocked the channel. I pray for you. Work on your critical thinking skills. I mean, that's fine. I'm trying to find a comment that really made me just lose that little bit more, that speck of faith in the comprehension skills just made me lose that much more. Coming at J. Cole is crazy. J. Cole, he's too fucking cringe. People act like as if he's some powerful truth. I say, no, J. Cole's fire. I think it's the super fans who are cringe. Both Kendrick and Cole in their raps constantly tell their fans, I'm not what you think I am. I just said this. Snow on the Bluff, Cole said, I don't read. I'm not as well read as you. Fans be creating superheroes in their mind. And that's really the gist of this all. Facts! That's really the gist of this all. The videos of hate crime. But yeah, if you want to look at the comments, watch the video, read the comments. Let me know what you think. Again, when I make these videos, I know I'm being controversial, bro. Like, come on. I know what I'm doing here, but out of this, I hope to get like conversations about the music and less misunderstandings, because then it makes me feel like maybe I didn't. When people like purposefully misunderstand, it makes me feel like, okay, maybe I didn't explain it well enough. But then when I see people who do understand, like shout out to Genius, he's in these comments. I won't waste more time and go find him. When I see people who do understand it, I'm like, okay, so I did explain it well enough. It's like, I don't know. I think today we have like this thing with, and this is like a little societal observation that I've made before we get to this academics video. There's people struggle to, and maybe I'm just noticing it now, but I did notice it before. But I'll say like probably like in the past 5 to 7 years, people struggle with other people's opinions that aren't the same as theirs, if that makes sense. Like, I'll give an example from an election year, because you guys know I'm into politics and all this. There was an election year where Uber and Lyft, these rideshare companies, they were on the ballot to give all their workers health care, all these benefits that like a normal W-2 worker would get, right? I was speaking to someone I knew. I told them I voted against this ballot to give Uber and Lyft and rideshare people benefits. This person blocked me on everything. All I said was, I'm not voting for that bill, right? And this is someone who I would regard as smart. Like, this is someone who I regard as a critical thinker. People hear your opinion, and then they will be like, And again, this is the frustrating part because it's like the comprehension thing. It's not the fact that they may disagree, it's the comprehension part. People hear your opinion like, okay, you're not voting for the bill. They are voting for the bill. I don't know what it is. In their mind, they're like, okay, you don't have the same opinion as me, therefore you are a bad person. When in reality, the reason I would not vote for the bill is because it's funded by the taxi companies, because the more workers who are on benefits, let's say you have 1 million Uber, just for a round number, 1 million Uber drivers, 1 million Lyft drivers, and now they're mandated to put everyone on healthcare, benefits, dental. You're going to go from 1 million drivers to probably a much lower number. So as a result, there are going to be less Ubers. People who would normally be able to do Uber just hop on an app and make some money real quick. Maybe they only want to do it for a month, 2 months just to make some quick money. They're not going to be able to do that because there's going to be a different hiring process, different screening process, because there's more investment per Uber driver. And the taxi companies are funding this because it's going to shrink the market share of Uber, and then it's going to bring taxis back up. But instead of like, so that's the debate I want to have, if that makes sense. And that's kind of like the logical thing I try to bring to hip hop, which is why like my videos are at times super analytical. Instead of debating that the meat, the thick of it, like what I was just talking about, people instead, and it's not just this example, but in all things, people would say, oh, you have a different opinion? You hate Uber drivers. You hate me, I drive Uber. It's like, no. It's like, so that's the frustrating part. Like, and I love the controversy. I love the disagreements. That's in political science class. That's what we did. Drake said 20v1. I used to 20v1 niggas in poli-sci class at the University of California. 20v1, bro. I'm fine with that. Debating the meat, the thick of the, the details. But people get caught up in like this moral argument or something. So anyways. Yeah, I peeped that Blue and Evidence album, Andrew. And yeah, Blue actually, if you guys ever are in the chat, if you see a guy named Jonathan Barnes, view Blue, like he sees these videos. So shout out to Blue. I heard the album, but I haven't there was stuff going on. It was kind of in the background. But yeah, I'm definitely going to listen again. It's Always Sunny highlights. The most emotional people know the least. They get too emotional to stick around and learn. Facts. Okay, let's get to this. Academics, Big Sean, Kendrick. Is Big Sean sneak dissing? Let's go.
So Big Sean decided it was a great idea to subliminally diss Kanye in a freestyle. At first, people thought he was dissing Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, so he's saying Kanye.
Come to find out, it was about Kanye. So here's first of all, it was a snippet. Here we go.
So I would wager that Big Sean has an album coming out. That's why he feels like he wants to come out and start dissing people. I mean, he saw how successful in numbers-wise Drake versus Kendrick was. He saw how Metro and Future's albums ate off of that Not Like Us record, or not Like Us, off that Like That record. So I would wager he has an album coming out. Okay.
Hold up. Now,
I'm not sure what just happened here. I think some of the video was bleeped out because of copyright.
I've been saying for a little while now, man, I don't know why Sean not in that Big Four conversation. I think when it comes to rapping, he's one of the only rappers who could keep up with the big three rapping wise, and I'm wondering if it's just content.
I don't think he's. I mean, we're just talking pure rapping. I don't think Big Sean's the only one who can keep up with him. Big Sean is for sure up there. Like when Big Sean came out, Drake took Big Sean's flow. Drake, Wayne, Young Money, Nicki, they all took Big Sean's super duper flow, which I have a video on. I have a whole video about. Let me see. How everyone started biting Big Sean's flow. Yeah, right here. That time, every rapper stole Big Sean's super duper flow. So he is definitely super innovative. I don't think he's one of the only people who can keep up with the big three. Big three being Cole, Kendrick, Drake. Like it's Big Sean, it's Wale, Freddie Gibbs. There's a bunch of people from that era.
Kendrick has a particular content body that you know, it's not only about the bars that makes you like a big three. You have to have the content to curate that audience. And Cole definitely got it. His fans literally grew with him. Drake super served so many different fan bases, or like people who want emotional music, who want, you know, revenge music, who want R&B music, love
Dirty
music,
Bubbles,
heartbreak
crazy.
music. He does all of that. Kendrick, you know, he's
Right.
like, it's Kendrick, right? We know his musical body of work. Maybe because like Big Sean, like people are still trying to, even though I think he's trying to do with the Hall of Fame, Detroit mixtape. He's kind of trying to give his
Hall of Fame was a terrible album. Terrible.
story. Maybe people just ain't buying in, or maybe it's just lack of work ethic. I don't know. I thought he should be in that conversation. It should have been a big four, not a big three. But anyway, so he previewed.
The issue with Big Sean was there was way too much competition. When Big Sean came out, you gotta remember Big Crit was coming out, which sounds funny to say today, but I know a lot of people trying to make Big Crit like a punchline to jokes, but Big Crit was dropping some of the best albums during that time. Wiz Khalifa, all these rappers were coming out. If Big Sean had like a separate era, let's say if Big Sean came out 3 years, 4 years later, he would be the top guy of that time pocket. But the time Big Sean got popular, there was just way too much competition. Nicki Minaj, there was way too many other rappers during that blog era. Same with Wale. Maybe if he came out like, let's say 2015, same music, same albums, he would probably be looked at differently. But if you're an artist coming out around 09 to 2011, it's tough, man. It was tough just to even, Drake had it on lock. Wayne, Drake, they had it on lock. So it was tough getting a fan base outside of them. That's where the Drake feature, the Drake stimulus package comes from. Like, everything he was touching was super hot at the time. So I think Big Sean is just, I wouldn't say he's a victim, but just to use the play on words, or just, what was it called? The idiom. He's a victim of his time. Even though he's had a fine career, his career is just fine. There's just way too many other rappers, and 3 of those rappers happen to be like top 10, 15, 20 greatest of all time. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Nicki also.
That, and also there was another clip that came out. It was on the radar freestyle.
Yeah, KML Trade says ASAP Rocky was he came after those guys. So ASAP Rocky is still in that same pocket. You're right. But ASAP Rocky, like it was Big Sean, then Drake, then Cole, then Kendrick, all within like 1 year, 2 year span of each other. ASAP Rocky was more like 2012, 2011.
Style.
He was after them. ASAP Rocky came out when Chief Keef and all of them started getting popping.
Where people felt like he was dissing someone. Now we get to know it's Kanye, but people thought it might have been Kanye or Kendrick. Big Sean's diss. Let's just type that in and see what we get. Okay, here we go.
God.
Oh my God! I hope I don't get. If the live stream just abruptly stops, I will re-upload. If it just abruptly stops, bro, YouTube copyright because of the beat, because of the song. They take me down sometimes. Pause. So if it just abruptly stops, I'll re-upload. I'll be right back.
Wait, where did he?
I love this beat, by the way. Aaliyah, if your girl only
Where
knew.
did he lead this? Kendrick at?
What the fuck you a pro at? Procrastinating? And I'ma need my cut off toppers decapitated, nigga. What the fuck you a pro at? Says I'm a act.
Like it was a Drake diss.
I had
Okay.
What?
I think Sean is.
All right, I'm gonna have to go listen to that whole freestyle myself. We gonna listen to the whole freestyle. If we get taken down, we get taken down. We right back. But I'm gonna let this video play first.
I think he's good.
I thought he was about to play the whole thing.
Now, here's the thing. They leaked that nigga's album.
Whoa,
and,
really? Wait, Big Sean album got leaked? It's been so long since an album got leaked, or at least that I've heard about. I need to go listen to that.
First and foremost, apparently people clarified that it wasn't a diss to Kendrick. It was like, I got better things to do than find someone to beef with. Was that from the first freestyle?
Shout out Zero in the chat.
And then
acting to DMX or
he later tweeted, and fuck these bitch ass niggas, every one of them. So y'all going with so many narratives. I'm talking to the haters who just keep finding something to point out they don't like about me. It's not even worth explaining though.
All right, so yeah, obviously Big Sean has an album coming out. I mean, I guess I just learned that right now as I learned that the album is also leaked. Yeah, this is why he's talking so spicy. This is what the Game does. Anytime the Game has an album that's about to come out, he's like strikes up a beef with someone. You know, recently it's been Eminem. Now I don't know what he's doing right now. Tony Harris, I'm talking to the haters. Yeah, that's the thing about sneak dissing. If you're not gonna say it with your whole chest, like just don't say it at all. I think Jay-Z and Drake are really good at sneak dissing because Drake's sneak disses, it will be obvious enough to where people know what he's talking about. Like the average hip hop head, not the casual listener, the average hip hop head, they'll be like, oh, that was a shot at him because he said this bar. Like on Kendrick's Like That record, when he says for all your dogs getting buried, that's kind of how Drake also subs people. Like it's obvious who he's talking about if you know hip hop just even a little bit. But like Big Sean and Kendrick had a whole back and forth diss beef way back in like 2016 or 17, right? I didn't even know about this. For the longest, I didn't know Humble, Kendrick's song Humble, was like mocking Big Sean or something. Because like these sneak disses and these like jabs and these subliminals, bro, I'm not about to dig all the way into this shit. Like say it with your chest or don't say it at all. Otherwise, this is gonna happen. Big Sean's trying to tell people, no, I'm talking about these bitch ass niggas, not Kendrick, not Kanye. I'm talking about bitch ass niggas. Y'all going with narratives. Well, people are gonna go with narratives if it sounds like a sneak diss. I mean,
well, I'm just focused on the music, and then
we just had the biggest beef in hip hop history between a nigga you beef with already, Kendrick, and a nigga who stole your style, Drake, and you decide to say on the record, I got something better to do than find somebody to beef with. It sounds like come on, man. How do you think people are gonna take that?
Apparently, the reason why, so his album got leaked and apparently it's unfinished. So people, you know.
Wait, who was that? What? Who was that?
Oh, they said it wasn't K-Dot. The bar was directed at a different Gemini.
Shout out DJ Head.
Now, if you look at what sign is Kanye West.
See, having to do all this, like, come on, bro. If your sneak diss is that coded, you shouldn't even diss dude at all. Muhammad in the chat, your message got retracted. Again, if you guys are in the chat, your message ever gets retracted, that's not me, that's YouTube. You probably have to fully censor a word or remove a word. YouTube automatically does that. Smokewan said, if you don't look for drama, you won't see it. I never see sneak disses earlier. Yeah, me either. Even when I heard First Person Shooter by Drake and J. Cole, I never knew there was shots at Kendrick. I also only listened to the song one time because I thought it was horrible. But yeah, I never knew there was a sneak diss there. Raquel said it's a Leo beat you getting struck. DJ Head acting like K-Dot's representative. Well, he is. I mean,
Kanye's a Gemini, right? So they were saying that he wasn't dissing K-Dot, he was dissing a different Gemini. The other Gemini who could make sense would be Kanye West, right? So his album get leaked, and people have been listening to his unfinished album.
Here's the album.
Somebody
crazy.
named Big Sean 811, they took responsibility for the leak, and they said, since he want to disrespect Ye so much, here's the album. Fuck him and his whole team. Precision's on the album, just not in these files. This was the album as of a couple months ago. Features Nas, Dream, Janae, and some other people. Alternate album title is Better Me Than You. And
wow. But you got to remember, Kanye did go on Drink Champs and diss Big Sean. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think that's the Drink Champs episode that they removed. I don't think it's on the internet anymore. But Kanye West did go crazy on Big Sean. I think he said something like, yo, Big Sean was the worst person I ever signed, or he went crazy on Big Sean.
And then he said, Ye doesn't know you. He said, plot twist. Ye told me to leak it. So basically, you know, this leaker is saying Kanye told him to leak Big Sean's album because Big Sean's disrespecting him, and I kind of believe it. I kind of believe it. I think Kanye really believes he made Big Sean from scratch, and that Big Sean should be bowing to his feet for his entire career, should never co-sign anybody going against him, any narrative against him, and should shut the fuck up. And I could see I could see Big Sean saying, yo, not Big Sean, I could see Kanye saying, man, let that nigga album get leaked. Fuck that nigga. Like, Kanye kind of moves like that, which I thought it was a secret for a while, but yeah, Kanye was going around telling people that Pete Davidson had AIDS, and I remember they came to me because they wanted me to put it up. They're like, yo, will you put it out there that he has AIDS? That's when he was fucking Kim K. So when that happened,
all these industry politics and this and that, bro, I don't give a damn. What about that music, though? I'm trying to hear this Big Sean album. Who got that link, though? Who got that link? DM me on Twitter. DM me that link. I'm trying to hear this.
I was like, damn, maybe that only happened with me. And then Jason Lee recently, in a recent interview, confirmed that Kanye tried to get him to put that out as well. And he said he was saying to Ye, like, no, you can't just say somebody got AIDS, my nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So this, they're saying within 24 hours, Big Sean threw stones and hit his hands, got sung by PG Lane and Kendrick, crashed out on Twitter, deleted his tweet, and his full album got leaked by Kanye. God damn.
So I gotta stop sneak dissing. Stop sneak dissing. Just say what you need to say, bro. There's so many media platforms. Go on Drink Champs. Go on this. Well, actually, I would rather Big Sean say it in a record. Actually, I mean, I like it. But if you're gonna say it in a record, say it. Don't skirt around it, beat around the bush. Now people are wondering, who you talking about? Like,
God damn.
a light one.
I remember what Kanye said.
No,
about Big Sean.
I actually 19th. I actually like Big Sean's album. Big Sean had one album called Hall of Fame. And I think that was the album that the Control song with Kendrick and Jay Electronica, that's the album that song was on. It's called Hall of Fame. That's when I stopped listening to Big Sean. The album was so bad. That's literally the point where I stopped. It took only one album, and I just stopped checking for him. And I believe he dropped Dark Sky, Paradise. No, he dropped the Detroit mixtape, which was good, but I never really, like that one Hall of Fame album by Big Sean just destroyed Big Sean's music for me. I went from really liking his music, even like, you look on my channel, some of my oldest videos, or one of my oldest videos, 12 years ago, I'm responding to Dead in Hip Hop. I'm responding to their Big Sean Finally Famous, the album review, and I'm defending the album. This is like my fourth video on this channel, facts. Generally, I like Big Sean's music, but one album ruined everything for me, and I never checked for him again after that. That's how crazy it is. I mean, is it fair? No, but I never checked for Big Sean ever again after Hall of Fame.
Champs. Big Sean, Kanye, Drink Champs. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, this is the Drink Champs interview. Yeah,
What was the time?
Kanye West went crazy on Big Sean. No, look at this quote right here. Right here, hold on, let me see. When I die on my tombstone, it's gonna say, I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean. Kanye was going crazy on him. It's probably like 2-3 years ago, though. It's a while ago. You gotta turn your ad blocker off, sir. Let me see. Here we go.
Hurry, man.
Pusha or Big Sean?
Oh, I love this. Let me tell you.
So Nori just asked Kanye, Pusha T or Big Sean?
This ain't not quick about this quick time.
This is a great interview, too.
I already decided that when I die,
Wow.
on my tombstone, it's gonna say, I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean.
So I'm not quite sure of your pick.
Yeah, you're not quite sure.
Sure, you're not quite sure. Pusha T, fool.
Big Sean, he's saying.
Big Sean over Pusha T?
No, I'm saying that.
They still didn't get the message. So what are you saying? Big Sean? Even EFN. EFN acted like he knew what was going on. He didn't know what was going on.
You take
The
a shot.
worst thing I've ever done was sign Big Sean.
That's a beautiful thing. Oh, that's a beautiful thing, man.
No,
So,
wait.
The worst. They smoking too much, bro. Come on, Nori. Shout out to Nori, though. I fuck with him.
Yeah, I know. You fucked me up right now, bro. You fucked my algorithm up.
Come on. I thought you said the best. Okay, hold
No,
on.
the worst,
No, man,
bro.
look, they let that. Man, I know this man mama, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've changed this man's family. And both John Legend and Big Sean, when I ran for office, got used quick by the Democrats to come at they boy that actually changed their life.
Yeah, not true.
And that's some sellout shit. And I don't rock with neither of them. And they
Right. I think Kanye's looking at it like, yo, you don't have to support me. You don't have to come out publicly and say I'm voting for Kanye, which, I mean, preferably, I'm sure he would want them to do that. But you don't have to come at me either.
and I need my apologies. I ain't saying they gonna change, but niggas is scared.
Yeah, so he was not fucking with Big Sean. But they supposedly are reunited afterwards. Supposedly are reunited, but he was not fucking with that nigga at all. And then I think Big Sean spoke on let's go to YouTube. Big Sean spoke on, here we go. Big Sean.
Raquel said, I will never vote for my previous bosses. Humble is for Drake. He went in on Dot in 2014 before the ESPYs and backtracked. I'm not even sure who Humble is for, to be honest. Some people say Big Sean, some people say Drake. That's the thing about sneak disses. Like, just say it. If I was a rapper, if you sneak diss me, bro, like, that's not enough. You need to come all the way out with it.
Speaks on Kanye.
Damn, that's 20
Can't
minutes.
different things at the same time.
I hope you know the proper timestamp.
You can't just be sitting here drinking all the time.
No,
You
it's just
balance
that. No, it's just that.
this shit?
Things that he ever did was sign you. Now,
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Crazy.
After I looked at it, I analyzed it, because if you look at my facial structure, I'm thinking
It
he's
hit
saying
you
it's
wrong.
the best.
Yeah, he didn't understand that.
We didn't catch it.
So
at first.
I'm
Yeah, we
actually,
didn't
I'm
catch it.
actually clapping. I'm like, yo, that's so dope.
I know.
If you look at my face expression,
You caught it last.
no, I was the poserist out of everyone.
But then I
I was the
caught on.
poser.
Right.
Because it
So
don't
I'm-
make sense.
So,
Yeah. It ain't make sense.
two-part question.
Uh-huh.
I was blown away because I didn't understand it, but I need to understand you.
But then he said for some political reasons. Remember, he said,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hold on, but let's just take it at
Yo,
a time.
Nora, you gotta let him cook. He obviously got something he want to say. You gotta let him cook.
When you first heard that, what did you think? What was the first reaction?
at first I thought it was hilarious.
Right.
I thought the shit was funny.
Right.
Then I took it personal.
Right, cool.
I
Let
took
him
it
go.
personal because I'm the only artist who's put out 5 albums under Good Music. Cudi left a long time ago,
Right.
business-wise.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And they still clicked up and linked up, right? So I'm the only artist who put out 5 albums under Good Music. I'm the only one who put out back-to-back-to-back number ones, platinum albums, double platinum albums, platinum album. You know what I'm saying? And
Very successful
When-
career. That's why when people say, yo, why isn't Big Sean looked at as, you know, one of the big three? He still had a great career. It's just the time that he dropped, the time when Big Sean came out, there were too many other artists that it was probably the most competitive time we've seen in hip hop since the 90s or something like that. Like, you had Big Sean, you had Wale, you had Freddie Gibbs bubbling, you had Wiz Khalifa, you had Drake, you had Kendrick, you had Cole, you had Nipsey, you had Mac Miller, you had Nicki Minaj, you had, bro, and that's Mac Miller, you know what I mean? You had Currency, you had I was gonna say French Montana. What am I thinking? But he's one of those guys too. But yeah, it was extra competitive. If Big Sean came out like 3 years before, like let's say he came out in 07, 06, or he came out like in 2014, 15, he would be looked at differently. But he still had a hell of a career. O'Neal in the chat said, Big Sean don't bother nobody. He's whack to me, but he been getting bullied his whole career. No, Big Sean is, to me, Big Sean is tight. Like, he's cool. He's a punchline rapper, though. So the thing with punchline rappers, I look at them almost like hitters in baseball. Like, you know, with the batting average. Punchline rappers, they throw out so many punchlines. And this applies to Lil Wayne, too. This even applies to Big L. These are all punchline rappers. Their raps are based around punchlines. So they're going to have some weak-ass, terrible punchlines. But then they're going to have some punchlines that make you be like, damn, like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, damn, I never thought of it like that. So, I mean, that's just the nature of his rapping style. But I've always thought Big Sean was dope from the first time I heard him. Echo said Jay Electronica disappeared from the map. I'm just glad we got that album from Jay Electronica. Smokewan said he wasn't putting out big quality releases. Are you talking about Big Sean? I thought Finally Famous, the album was great. I thought Finally Famous 3, You Know Big Sean, was great. The mixtape. The whole Young Money stole his flow. Yeah. Again, if you guys haven't seen this video I made, the Super Duper flow, I cover this. Oh shit. We looking at my old videos. Well, you can go watch my old defense of Big Sean when I was like a teenager. Yeah, the Super Duper flow. That time every rapper stole his flow 2 years ago. Damn, this feel like sooner than 2 years ago. I feel like I did this like maybe 8 months ago. 2 years ago. Damn.
And by the way, being signed to Kanye is a golden opportunity.
Right.
It's something that he changed my life and I love him for that. But every time Kanye has called on me, every single time, no matter what I was doing, within 1 day's notice, I'm wherever he's at, bro. And whether it's to contribute.
Yeah, TDE as a whole was putting pressure. Yeah, once Kendrick broke through, all of TDE broke through. J-Rock broke. J-Rock had been rapping. He finally on the map. Well, he was on the map before, but he's finally like in the public's eye, for real. Q, Soul, like then Isaiah Rashad came. Like, yeah, it was competitive, man. Big Sean didn't help himself by not releasing heavily regarded albums. I actually don't think that was Big Sean's issue. I think Big Sean, I don't think there's any critique I can make on Big Sean the way he handled his career, because he's very successful. Let's take a look at Big Sean's discography real quick, just to make sure what I'm saying is factually correct, because maybe I'm looking at this different. Yeah, Platinum, the first album, which I thought was good. Hall of Fame, thought it was terrible, right? Thought it was terrible. Dark Sky Paradise, this is a good album. I Decided, Platinum. Detroit 2, Gold. Like, this is a guy that's gold and platinum. So I don't, like, when I think of Big Sean, I don't think of, like, he could have done something better to, no, I just think that he had a great career. He has currently, and he's having a great career. He just has not, there are so many other artists who came out during his time that sometimes you don't think of him first when you think of, you know, that 2010, 2011 era. That's all.
Tribute to him in the studio, whether it's to contribute a line.
J10 said Big Sean has nothing special about his music. Good rapper, but nothing stands out. No, I think Big Sean has, he has his catchphrases. He has his flow. He has his style, a very distinct style. Big Sean's style was so distinct that Lil Wayne, who was the most popular rapper in the world, started taking bits and pieces from Big Sean. That's, again, just go watch this video. That Stop and Go flow. You listen to the song Bedrock by Young Money. Bro, that is Big Sean's flow on the entire song. Every rapper on that song used Big Sean's flow for at least one bar during their verse. So I do think he stands out. Even when you listen to this freestyle, let me pull this up. His most recent freestyle where people think he's dissing Kendrick or Kanye, this one. And we're gonna listen to this at the end. It almost sounds like Drake, but then you remember, no, Drake took Big Sean's flow. Like his Big Sean's style was so distinct. Drake jumped on it hard, and now we attribute that flow that Big Sean is using, his flow, we attribute that to Drake. So I think he does stand out. Big Sean had a great commercial career, but his buzz peaked in the blog era. Let's verify it. Blog era was, what would you say are the blog era years? 2008 to like 2012, I would say. His highest selling album was 2015. This is after the blog era, 2015. Then he went platinum again, 2017. I don't know how true that is. I don't know.
Fine. Write a verse for him. He just take maybe parts of the verse, maybe the whole verse, maybe just to help him with his vibe, like just to help him catch a vibe wherever he's at in the world, bro. I've traveled around the world for this man every time he's called, and have done this and not asked for publishing a lot of the times. Why? Because he gave me a golden opportunity of signing to good music.
Damn.
Right.
A lot of people are signing to good music. I just want to keep that in mind. But not a lot of people nobody on Good Music has put out 5
platinum,
LPs
right.
and back-to-back-to-back number ones, right? So for irony's sake, in 2015, when I won a VMA with Ye and John Legend, for irony's sake, for One Man Could Change the World, I was the first person to tweet Kanye for president. The first one, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, so when when I heard what he was talking about, it didn't make sense, bro, because, you know, my manager saw my record deal and said, this is a shitty record deal. I would never say that, though, because why? It was an opportunity. I could work my way out of anything.
And when you say management, you're not saying Rock Nation?
Yeah, I'm saying Rock Nation.
Okay,
yeah.
Rock Nation. Okay,
Yeah, who actually he hooked me up with. Yeah, I'm saying Rock Nation. I'm saying Jay Brown. Said it was the worst deal he'd ever seen.
Wow.
Then I went and told Jay Brown, should have known that was gonna come back around. Kanye mentions Jay Brown in this song, Big Brother.
I had to spend my own money auditing my label because millions of dollars are missing, and you can tell when millions of dollars are missing.
Of course.
Right?
Yes. You should be.
I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my label, thinking Universal owed me this money, and the money had been paid to Good Music. So let me ask you before we finish. No, let me ask you, bro.
Yeah.
If somebody owed you $500,000, how would you feel?
Yeah.
No, listen. How would you feel?
I would feel fucked.
And they was up 100 million. How would you feel?
Yeah, crazy.
What if they owed you $1 million?
Yeah.
What if they owed you $3 million?
Right.
Okay, what if they owed you $5 million?
Right.
What if they owed you 6?
And
No, listen. What if they owed you that, bro?
Right. I understand.
And you showed up for them and you did all these things, right?
Right.
And they up billions.
Right.
And then the nigga who comes at them, who talks the most shit, he be bigging up in the interview and shit.
What we talking about? We got
Drake talking about.
Yeah, don't sneak this, man. Say the name.
Drake.
Okay.
Who he, loves. And my thing is, bro, when you want to talk about loyal to a fault,
right. That's what you talking
when you talking about that song, or not.
A lot of this, when Big Sean mentions stuff like that, like, how are you doing me like this, yo, artist? But then you having like these back and forth with Drake, y'all beefed and y'all are friends. Y'all beefed and y'all are friends. When it's stuff like that, it almost sounds like lovers quarrel. Lovers quarrel. Y'all know what lovers quarrel means? And make sure I'm using this correctly. Lovers quarrel definition. An argument between lovers. Facts. And I said this, like, in my most recent video, people are like, oh, you're Lupe. This video should be about Lupe, not Kendrick. I've critiqued Lupe too. And in one of my critiques, I said, if I can find it, Kendrick and Lupe, sometimes the back and forth between artists and rap, it sounds like they're scorned lovers. It sounds like a lover's quarrel. It goes I'm not just saying rap beef. I'm saying certain stuff where people are back and forth on social media, this and that. He said, she said. It's like when a man and his woman are beefing, but you know they're going to get back together, but they're just falling out right now. What Big Sean is describing between Drake and Kanye almost sounds like a lover's quarrel. The way he's describing it.
Talks the most shit. He be bigging up in the interview and shit.
Like first they love each other, then they hate each other, they fall out, then they're back together, then they hate each other again.
What we talking about? We got this Drake
talking about Drake.
Okay.
Who he, loves. And my thing is, bro, when you want to talk about loyal to a fault,
right? That's what you talking about.
When you talking about that song, or not just that song, just the mentality. Like, yeah, I've been loyal because I feel like I'm the only one who stayed that long for Good Music. So yeah, it was a personal. It affected me personally, bro.
Who stayed that long? I mean, you were the only person who Ye didn't let out his deal. Why didn't Ye let you out your deal? Nigga, because you was selling records, so we not gonna let our cash cow go. What you mean?
He texted me the next day and said, I want to meet with you and your mom to begin healing on both sides. And I was angry.
We talking about after what?
Yeah, after that shit aired.
Oh, after this?
Not the Sunday service when y'all saw each other.
No, he ain't say nothing there.
Right.
Okay. After this aired?
Yes.
Okay, good. Continue.
And I took it too personally because it's like you publicly humiliated me when I've been down for you. Now peep this out. While he was running for president, I didn't have his contact. I purposely didn't endorse.
Yeah. I think that's what got Kanye to say fuck these niggas, right? Because when he was running for president, some of the stuff he was saying, they asked his artists or the people who work with him, hey, would you vote for Kanye? And they all were like, fuck no. You know what I mean? And I think that made Kanye mad.
Anybody publicly, politically.
And I think to Kanye's point, well, I mean, I would say no also. Like, bro, why would I vote for you? You have no experience. But I think to Kanye's point, he's like, yo, you don't have to say yes, you'll vote for me. But I think for people that he put on, like Big Sean, he's at least expecting them to, I think a no comment would even go smoother with Kanye. I think Kanye's just looking at it like, yo, you don't have to bash me though. And when people ask you this question, would you vote for Kanye? You don't got to be like, hell no, absolutely not. You don't got to laugh. You don't got to bash me in the process.
Because my man's is running.
Right.
I don't even have his contact at the time. Because I'm trying to figure out other business. We got other things to talk about.
Right.
I don't even have his contact at the time, but I still had enough respect. Now, ain't nobody ever showed me that support. Ain't nobody ever not considered me in that way. So I'm the #1 earning artist on good music.
Facts.
And I didn't come out and support no Democratic Party because my man's was running, and he wasn't even on the ballots in 30-some states.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when he said all that, it just had no. That's why it was funny, because it just was not true. Like, I didn't come out and support no Democratic Party, bro. Like, maybe John Legend did. I don't know.
Right.
I didn't.
Legend definitely.
But to be fair, he said both of y'all did.
Yeah, so that's where it comes from, man. Honestly, again, you know, Kanye got like, it gotta be tough being Kanye's friend. You're watching him do bullshit, say bullshit. You can't say anything.
Raquel in the chat, he said, the man just openly said he tweeted vote for Kanye. How's anyone missing that point? Yeah, he did say that. He said that. And to Academic's point, he said, yo, it's got to be tough being Kanye's friend. The only reason people want to be his friend is because of who he is. You know, the resources he has in fashion and music. You wouldn't take this type of stuff from anybody else. So you also got to look at yourself also. Andrew said he's going to tap into the new Currency album, Radioactive. I listen to pretty much I listen to like, Currency probably got at least 70 albums and mixtapes combined at this point, if not more. I would say I've listened to like 85, 90% of them. I'm definitely going to check out Radioactive. Everyone except for Kendrick did this loser rebounding thing with Drake after falling out. Yeah, I think, I don't know if Pusha T rebounded with Drake. I don't know if he made amends. I don't know if Meek Mill did either, actually.
I've heard people that work with him basically say, hey, you'll get paid as long as you shut the fuck up and agree with him. And you kind of have to live in a yes man role.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And Kanye looks at collaboration as if I'm saving your life because you're lucky to work with me.
Me, right.
I'm Kanye.
Exactly.
And when someone views things of that nature, where could you go from there?
You're indispensable at that point.
So, unfortunately, I think Big Sean, also, I really think that no matter how well Big Sean could rap, Kanye never really believed in that nigga like that, bro.
I don't know if that's true. Let me see his reasoning, at least.
Because when Kanye was trying to compete with Drake, he should have realized that you Drake OG. You shouldn't compete with Drake. You don't see Jay competing with Drake.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
With Drake, he should have realized that you Drake OG.
Right.
You shouldn't compete with Drake. You don't see Jay competing with Drake.
Not all.
You're the Jay. You're the OG.
Yeah, what Jay-Z would do with Drake is he'll get a feature with Drake. Jay-Z put Drake on the Blueprint 3. Drake put Jay-Z on his first album. Was Light Up, was that his first album? Yeah, that was his first album. And that's kind of how Drake tried to do Kendrick. Like, yo, I'll put you on my album. I'll put you on my Take Care album, and I'll do a feature for your album. The little bro shit, I'll take you on tour with me. Like basically, like that's how Drake treated Kendrick for the longest. Like, yo, we're not even really competition. Like, I'll take you on tour with me. I'll let you feature on my album. I'll do your album when it come out, whenever it come out. But like, yo, we're not gonna beef. Like, you're not. I'm on a different level than you. Basically, that's how he tried to play it.
Even if Drake was beating you in numbers, you the OG.
Right.
You don't compete with the youngin. You supposed to be on legend status. You supposed to be competing with the Dr. Dre's and the other people like that. Your numbers are off the Richter scale.
Yeah. Richter.
You never have to prove yourself anymore. And also what Drake does well ain't what you do well. Drake is a good writer. That's not you.
Right, true. Hold on.
Like
Drake is a good writer. That's not you. One of Drake's biggest hits, which is called, let me see if you guys are going to guess. I'm more than just an option. Find Your Love. Hey, hey, hey. Songwriters. Who's a writer on this song? What that say? That say Kanye West wrote that song, right? That say Kanye West produced the song, right? That say this is one of Drake's biggest songs, right? That say this is a throwaway off of 808s and Heartbreaks that Kanye gave to Drake. So, yeah, Kanye and Drake are like a proper comparison, almost, but Drake doesn't produce records. Kanye West can write. He wrote this song. This is like, is this Drake's biggest hit? Debuted in top 40. I want to know the commercial performance. Was this number one on, what about all of Billboard? Oh, it was number 32, but it's a big song. Drake, I don't know if I would agree fully with what Academics said there, but I get where he's getting at, but I don't know if I'd agree fully.
And also what Drake does well ain't what you do well. Drake is a good writer.
See, I don't know if I agree with that. I do think Drake can write when he wants to, but I don't think that's like what he does well as a selling point. What Drake does well is deliver a record. He can take somebody else's record, rap it in his own way, and like Ditto, the Pokemon. You guys know Ditto? Hold on, Ditto. Pokemon. If you know Pokemon, Ditto can become anything. That's Drake. He's like Kirby. He'll eat you and he'll absorb your powers. That's what Drake does well. But if we talking about, Drake is a great writer and that's not what Kanye does well, Kanye is written for Drake on one of Drake's biggest records. It's damn near a Kanye song. It's literally, you can listen to the song and be like, yo, this was on 808s and Heartbreaks. It just didn't make the final cut. He gave it to Drake. Oh, right here.
It's not you. But you got somebody like Big
Ditto.
You see, Jay-Z used a lot of boss moves, right? He did a lot of boss moves. Like J. Cole becoming J. Cole made him look good as a boss.
Right.
He didn't feel like he had to compete with J. Cole.
Right.
This was supposed to be Kanye's J. Cole. You supposed to have your guy, Big Sean, help boost him up, empower him, that he's the one being compared to with Drake. Instead, half of the time with Drake, Kanye had some obsession with competing with Drake himself.
So why do y'all think Big Sean isn't looked at like Drake? I already said why I think. Why do y'all think Big Sean isn't looked at on the same level as Drake? See, Big Sean and Drake, I don't look at them as separates. I look at them as peers. But as I'm watching this, it's becoming apparent that a lot of people don't see them as peers. Big Sean has the sales. He has like the critically acclaimed albums. He's influenced Drake. Drake uses flow. His whole camp uses flow. Why do you guys think Big Sean isn't looked at as like Drake's peer by some people?
And that is unfortunate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that is 100% unfortunate. When your boss is trying to beef with your peer, when you should be, or he's trying to compete with your peer when you should be competing
in the
with
battlefield. Yeah.
It's almost like he's shelving you a bit. And also when you can't,
Well, that's the issue with signing with a rapper. You're a rapper who signs to a rapper. You know, that's kind of the thing. And I think you could also say maybe Big Sean is ducking the smoke. If you got Drake and Kanye going at each other, if you're Kanye's little mans, why you ain't stepped in and been like, hold on, I'm this little homie. Like, it's me and you now, Drake. Like, why ain't you really, put your bid in like that?
You can't tell somebody the truth without them, or maybe not the truth, but your opinion without them feeling like, hey, yo, I could take this opportunity I give you from right up underneath you. When they don't respect your mind and your artistry enough to take you serious on some of the things you might demand, whether it's payment, whether it's these other things, yeah, that shit was doomed from the get-go.
Okay.
Absolutely doomed.
So that was Academics reacts to Big Sean seemingly dissing Kendrick and addressing the haters. So earlier I asked, why do you guys think Big Sean is not viewed as like Drake's peer, even though he is? HUR said his voice. Raquel said he's not desperate to remain a topic of discussion every single summer. I mean, I wouldn't discredit an artist for wanting to drop during the summer. Jay-Z used to do it. Jay-Z has a whole song called Dear Summer. Like, yo, this summer I'm taking off, I'm retiring. I know you're gonna miss me because every previous summer I've been killing it, but now I'm taking a break. So that's not something I discredit Drake for. I actually applaud him for remaining with us and continuing to drop music. We've never gone like 2 years without Drake music. We've gone like 5-6 years without Kendrick music. We've never gone like probably even 1 year. I don't think we've gone a full 12 months in a calendar year without Drake music. So I actually credit him for that. A-Stack said it's Big Sean's personality and voice probably. I mean, well, Kendrick doesn't have the most palatable voice either. Like, I remember early on the Breakfast Club, probably like Section 80, this is before Good Kid, Mad City. Charlamagne was like, yo, I don't get the hype with Kendrick Lamar. I wish I could find this interview. He's like, I don't really think Kendrick Lamar is like all that. Like, I don't like his voice. I don't like really his music like that. I don't like his voice. That was Kendrick Lamar's voice was like a big knock on him earlier in his career. I'm talking pre-Good Kid, Mad City. Big Sean took his relationship seriously, and he's a father. He's evolved. Drake remained relevant at all costs. Okay, well, Kendrick is a father too, and he took time off. Wiz Khalifa is a father. Wiz Khalifa could still drop a hit record if he need to. Good music might have mismanaged him too as a talent. I think Big Sean, though, he got great looks, like on the song Mercy, Lamborghini Mercy. Like, good music gave Big Sean great looks. Like, we would not, I don't want to say we wouldn't know Big Sean if it wasn't for good music, but he wouldn't be where he is now without good music. Kanye West's good music label. Raquel said, I got a counterpoint for the idea that Big Sean ducked the smoke. What's the counterpoint? And DJ Mastodon said Ariana Grande cursed him. R.I.P. Mac Miller. I didn't care if you saw my comment, but he's not seen as his peer because he let Drake and Kanye little bro him. Y'all saw that. I responded to that. Cole and Kendrick separated themselves. How do you think Big Sean let Drake little bro him? Like how? Because Cole was on very recently on tour with Drake. Like Kendrick said, kissing and hugging on stage. Like Cole was just doing that less than a year ago. I think it's that Drake was dedicated to getting to the top by any means. Low-key think Drake is more versatile and appeals to more people, especially females back in the day. Big Sean had pop appeal but never reached the top and never got love from backpack rap fans. I think Big Sean did get love from backpack rap fans, especially that second Finally Famous mixtape. I'm typing super. You know Big Sean. The song that was on there is super duper. Like this is the mixtape where everybody started taking his style. You had a lot of fans. Like he was big in the underground. Then the album came out. This is why people look at Finally Famous, the album, as a failure, because it was so much more mainstream compared to his mixtapes. It's a good album though when you listen nowadays, but a lot of people at the time, they didn't like it because it was a departure from his mixtapes. Not Every Single Summer for 15 years. Yeah, not every summer for 15 years for Jay-Z. He's more famous for who he dates, not how he rhymes. Yeah, you're just kidding. I know you're just kidding. Versatile is true. That's a huge part of why no one saw Big Sean as Drake's peer. Okay. That was a knock to Drake stans in their battle. They hate Kendrick's voice. That was a knock to Drake stans. Yeah. A lot of people don't like Kendrick's voice. I mean, I remember super earlier in his career, like I said, that was the main knock on Kendrick. They don't like his voice. It's not just Drake. It's not just Drake stans. It's a lot of people. Here's a counterpoint. Lovers' quarrels, as you said, often play out with reconciliation and judgments towards any person who chose a side. Yeah, right. I learned not to go after a loved one's lover. Yeah, because you're going to take one person's side, then they're going to make up, and then you're going to be ostracized because they made up. Listen to Blessing by Big Sean and Drake. Yeah, I've heard that song. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be back. Yeah, exactly. So me personally, I think Big Sean has had a fine career. I think he's met his expectations. He's a multi-platinum selling rapper. I think the only reason he isn't looked at as Drake's peer is because the fierce competition. Like, you're not going to have an artist like Drake come out every generation, who comes out, who breaks the Beatles, Elvis number of hits record. He's about to break next number one hit Drake has. He's going to break he's already tied with Michael Jackson. The next number one hit Drake has, he's going to break Michael Jackson's hit record, which I think is like, how many hits? Drake, Michael Jackson hit record. Yeah, 13. He's tied. 13. So you're not going to have an artist like this come around every generation. This is like, or every five, when I say generation, I mean like a rap generation, which is like every 5 years or so. This is like someone that's like every 30, 40, 50 years in terms of chart dominance. So let's say we have the same blog era, but we remove Drake. Then how is Big Sean viewed? You have Kendrick, you have Cole, then who's the big three? In terms of numbers, you probably put Wiz, you probably put Big Sean. Like, people are then looked at differently. There's so much more room for people for hip hop. If you remove all of Drake's hits, these are just his number ones. We're not talking about his number 2s, 3s, top 5, top 10, his features. You remove all that and then you insert these other rappers, like on I'm On One, fucking I'm On One. If we just remove Drake from hip hop history and we plug Big Sean on that song, like, there is so much more room for other artists to breathe. That's why what Kendrick Lamar did is so crazy. Like, he became who he became during this dominance era by Young Money. Same with Wiz Khalifa. He became who he became without a Drake feature at all. I don't think I'm pretty sure Drake and Wiz have 0 songs together. Yet Wiz Khalifa's career thrived and flourished. I think that's why Big Sean is not looked at, or why some people don't look at Big Sean as Drake's peer. You just have a generational artist who hogged and continues to hog the charts. But if he's not there, if Drake's not there, Big Sean is much more there, comparable in terms of sales and albums to a Wale, to a Kendrick, to a Freddie Gibbs. Zay2K said, I wonder who's going to be the next big three. The next big three should have already happened. It's been 15 years since these guys first came out. The next big, like the new generation, they haven't produced that yet. Gen Z has not produced their big three. The rappers who came out 15 years ago are still the top rappers today. Kendrick, Drake, Big Sean, Nicki. Like, Gen Z has not produced their artists, their big three. And, you know, I would say before Kendrick and Drake and Cole, the big three was probably it probably would have been people in the G Unit era, probably like 50 Cent and whoever else came out around that time. Nicki might be in Drake's spot without Drake. She also fills the pop spot. Yeah, but Nicki fills the pop spot, but she's a different market share. Like Drake and Big Sean occupy the same exact market share. Nicki is like a different audience. Like she's hip hop, but she gets the female audience and the LGBTQ audience. Big Sean is a different audience. It's still not the same as Michael's 13 number ones. It's different time. Yeah, I mean it's different, but the fact remains, Drake is still gonna break that record. Well, we don't know if he's gonna break it, but he's already tied the record. All he needs to do is one more hit, which we all know he will get, number one. We all know he's gonna get that. And that record is gonna stand. That record is gonna stand for a long time. There was no big three talk in the 2000s, that's why. Well, sure. Sure there was. I'm gonna quote Jay-Z for you. I'm from where the drug SARS evolve and I'm from where the drug SARS evolve and thugs are at odds. At each other's at each other's throat for the love of foreign cars. What do you say? And niggas argue about who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. That's where the big three convo comes from, that bar from Jay-Z. Who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas? That was late 90s. Gen Z don't have the attention span to rank artists like we do. They going through rappers like TikToks. Anybody their age got to grab old heads hip hop ears, which hasn't really happened. They have their rappers like Yeet and stuff like that, but I don't think they're good enough. I don't think they're good. That's why one part of me checks myself and is like, I want to self-audit myself. Like maybe you're just aging out of hip hop to where you don't see the next wave of great rappers. But then the data doesn't support that. The data shows like, the people who were popular when I was coming of age are still popular now. Chart-wise, numbers-wise. Well, Lakers says no, it didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas? We're entering a valley in the hip-hop genre. It's not as popular as it used to be. Well, I think hip-hop is more popular in the past 5 years than it's ever been, if we look at sales, right? Or even I remember a time in 2008, you couldn't even go on the internet and talk about hip-hop because people would just be like, rap is crap and all this. This is facts. People like, rap is crap. You couldn't go in a music forum and start talking about hip-hop. You would get... It was seen as inferior. And this isn't long ago. I think hip hop is more popular than it's ever been, especially the last 5 years. So I think that was Big Sean's issue. I think it's not an issue. Big Sean's issue is that there is no issue. He just came up during a super competitive time. There was 10 artists at the time who were fighting for number one, who were coming out at the time. So many of them, and the fact that Big Sean was still able to be a multi-platinum selling artist during that time puts him in the history books, in my opinion. It's like when people say, Lupe Fiasco, that's why his career didn't turn out, as well as Kendrick's. Lupe Fiasco had a great career and still has a great career. He's a multi-platinum selling artist. He did compromise one time on Lasers, but he never really compromised his sound. He was able to get number one, making records like Kick Push, The Show Goes On. For a super lyrical rapper, Lupe Fiasco is the peak. You don't get much better career than that. Summer 2024 is definitely an uptick for hip hop. I think the releases this year have been better than last year, but it's only an uptick because of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. That's what makes up most of it. In terms of records released, quality of records, I don't know if it's that big of an uptick like that. Biggie had already passed years ago. Eminem, DMX, Luda would have been the third when Jay said that, no. Well, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas were all rapping. They were all alive at the same time. in rapping. Like Illmatic, I think Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt, they were competing for the Source Award. So Nas was definitely out at the same time as Biggie. And then Jay-Z dropped his first album before Biggie died. Like Biggie is in the Dead President's video. Dead Presidents, which samples Nas, so this is like full circle. Biggie and Jay-Z are in that video together. So they were all rapping at the same time. When Jay-Z released that Where I'm From song, the Who's the Best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas, I think that album came out like in what, 97? Let's see. Might have been 98. '97. And then I wonder if they show, okay, they don't show. And then when did Biggie die? March 97. The album came out November 97. So the song, you know, back then it took a while to record an album. You couldn't just make an album and record it, release it, mix it, and master it in a week like you can today. It took months. So Jay-Z probably wrote that Who's the Best MC. He probably wrote that bar or thought of that bar. Well, this is back when this is after he wrote, when he said, because there's a point in Jay-Z's career where he stopped writing, he says. But this bar had probably already been birthed prior to Biggie's death. Like when Jay-Z said, who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas, he's not speaking in past tense. He's speaking as if it's current, as if Biggie's still alive. Oh, Smoke Khan say, I'll take the L. I thought it was late 90s. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I named newer artists got you. Yeah. Yeah, early 2000s, Eminem, DMX was kind of before. I would have to relook at the artists who came out at the time. But the big three, that's definitely from the Jay-Z verse. JT new album in Meg, Def sets them apart as rapping rappers, not just hot girls. I gotta go listen to JT's album. I don't want to go too hard on women rappers right now. I'll just say shout out to Doja Cat, shout out to Little Sims. Those are my favorite women in rap right now. Zay2K says, what's your favorite style of rap? Punchline, storytelling, conscious, lyricist, or alternative? Well, for me, punchline, storytelling, and lyricist are like all the same thing. Those are all lyricists. It just depends how you are a lyricist. So this kind of goes back to the video I was talking about earlier that people got so mad at when I say Kendrick Lamar is not lyrically deep. But he's deep in terms of message. He's deep in terms of imagery. I like lyrical rap, but I also like good songwriting. Lyrical rappers who got bars, who can create good songs are my favorite type of rappers. That's why Kendrick is one of my favorites. That's why Lupe, that's why Jay-Z. They all fit that same mold. Lyrical, but they can write a good song. Glorilla's a vibe. Key Glock. I never really liked Key Glock like that. Juicy J got a new mixtape out? Well, Lakers said there was no big three in 05. Yeah, I would have to look. I would say Game, if there was, Game would probably be in that mix because Game had he went 5 times platinum. Yeah, Lil Sims, shout outs. Lil Sims is crazy. Great, amazing bars. No Baby King mentions in the chat. Y'all gotta relax. Do not get me started on the Detroit rappers. Yeah, they all kind of sound the same to me. Nas changed hip hop, slow style, Illmatic. True, that's facts. Smoke On says, sometimes I might be introvert, might be in my top 10 ever. Yeah, I have that album. I bought that album. Simbi is a great album, great album. I didn't really like Lil Sims' her latest album. It's a little slow and sad for me, which is not like the state that I'm in right now, personally, so it doesn't really link with me. But her Gray Area album, which is also sad, but the beats are more upbeat, so it doesn't feel as sad. I thought that was a great album too. Will Laker said, what do you think about Max B? I like Max B's music, but a lot of his music doesn't age well because it wasn't mixed and mastered. It's like he was recording directly into the computer. But what's out there is great. Like there would be no Wiz Khalifa without Max B. Fueled by M and Jid is fire. I think Jid's part is fire. M's part, is that the song where he does the RAPESA bar? I'm just not a fan of that. Like I said, not playing the Big Sean freestyle. Yo, we gonna play it right now. I feel Kendrick is the best. I thought he might be the best songwriter in hip hop. Also Tupac. Yeah, no, Kendrick's songwriting skills are off the chart. Off the chart. Thanks for reminding me, Echo. We gonna look at this. And again, if the stream cuts off midstream, it's because copyright and all that. Put that volume up. Shout out to On the Radar.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Oh yeah, Chief Keef, Cocaine. New album is Cocaine. Yeah, I reviewed that Chief Keef album on my channel. Go watch that album review.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio freestyles. Yo,
Again, love this beat. Love this beat. And why do rappers do this? Like, yo, before the freestyles start, let me take one arm out my jacket. Why do y'all do that? This nigga look like Farnsworth Bentley, dressed like him.
One time for baby girl Aaliyah, real Detroit legend.
Oh, she's from Detroit? Didn't know that.
Yep. Hey, look. I had to switch the home team cause they committed treason. Eliante had a piece hit, I'm feeling seasick. Niggas looking for engagement like they got their knee bent. I got better things to do than find someone to beef with, or else I'm off the deep end. This game will take you either way, you know it's offense, defense. They say it's lonely at the top, well come and talk to me then. From where they quick to draw your watch like they trying to freehand. If your girl only knew I fly out this weekend. But you lucky, cause I'd rather spend some time with Lil Man. I see myself in my son, it's like I'm tucking me in. Bitches in trouble. He already starting to break hearts and bursting bubbles. It's shooters that'll shoot you regardless of Metro trust you. Paid in full, nigga like me, love the hustle.
I think this is pre-recorded. Yeah, trying to be swaggy. No, he took the whole jacket off finally. Smoke Quan said I walk around with one arm in my hoodie at times. Hey, do you, man? Leah did not F with Detroit when she left the city, but the city claimed her so tough. Damn, why is that? Well, so far he couldn't wear the jacket.
Wanna disrupt you up to try to one up you. Luckily I'm up to God's time, ain't no rush fool. World in my hands, I'ma treat it like a Rubik's Cube. Maneuver through from the ground up, took it through the roof. Best advice I ever gave myself was just be true to you. I always knew that I was the best, I guess I gotta prove it too. Man,
so this don't remind y'all of Drake? When I first heard this part on social media, I was like, why is he rapping like Drake? Then I had to remind myself, like, no, nigga, Drake took this nigga's flow first.
I'ma treat it like a Rubik's Cube. Maneuver through from the ground up, took it through the roof. Best advice I ever gave myself was just be true to you. I always knew that I was the best, I guess I gotta prove it too. Man, this industry is terrible, I can't even vouch. I seen grown men get matching tattoos for the clout. I had train wrecks and kick home records out of my...
You can't say you seen grown men getting matching tattoos for clout. When we seen Kanye, Uzi tattoo. We remember that picture of Kanye, Uzi Vert, and Steve Lacy getting matching tattoos. You can't say that bar when we all know this exists and then come out on Twitter talking about, oh, you guys are haters. I wasn't talking about anybody. Stop throwing rocks and hiding your hand.
My house, I seen 8-figure checks at once hit my account. That showed me enough's a feeling, dog. It's not an amount. Cause I've been up and still hungry like I'm down for the count. Difference is I'm an activist and you drink activist. And I'm back acclimated. And I'ma need my cut off top is decapitated. Nigga.
Yeah. Bunch of punches.
You a pro at procrastinating? Shine, where the fuck you been at recalibrating? It's mixed in your inner circle. Niggas is half hating. Fucking it up so long, dog. I ain't even light-winded. Niggas back acting up like when that strike ended. New ring flash before your eyes like your life ended. Niggas be complaining too much, quit acting light-skinned. But trust when I see your dark side, I got night vision.
Quit acting light-skinned. So you can't be like, yo, I mean, come on. Who are you really talking about?
Going hard as Dr. Umar on white women.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, that was nice.
Man, that's it, man. Better Me Than You.
So his album was called Better Me Than You. I need to go find that link. Somebody DM me that album link. Big Sean punchlines don't hit because he always claim he's shadowboxing, right? Just come out and say it. I thought it was a fine freestyle. But again, I'm not one of these people who clown Big Sean. It seems like a meme to just clown Big Sean. Like the past 2-3 years is just a meme to talk about how bad he is. I've always liked Big Sean outside of that one album, Hall of Fame. I thought it was a fine freestyle. Sean was kind of looked at as a good rapper. That was kind of corny. It's his core by some people. I can see that. Because he's got some corny bars. But then he got some punches that hit. Sean underrated like Ludacris. But most of Sean's music aged better than Ludacris. I don't know about that. Ludacris got We gonna see, because Ludacris been out, but that Chicken and what is it called? No, Ludacris got an album called Red Light District, right? And he also has one called Chicken and Beer, right? Those albums age fine. Do you think Sean not the same after Kendrick Control verse? I guess you can say that, because the Control verse was on that one. To me, Big Sean was never the same after that Hall of Fame album, because the album just sucked. And the Control verse was on that album, so I guess you could say that. Drake is studying his freestyle for his album. No Name said thoughts on Hopsin. Hopsin was kind of like a meme rapper. He would just like jump on, like, Hopsin like really got popular when Odd Future got popular, and then Hopsin started dissing Tyler the Creator. So it always seemed like Hopsin, like, he was never known for his own music. He was just known for talking about other people's music and trying to diss them. But I think he could rap. How does that song go? I sang my pants and showed my ass, cause I'm an asshole, or however it go. I thought that was fine. I think he can rap for sure. We don't want to hear Luda rap no more in 24, respectfully. That's on y'all. I love hearing Splash Waterfalls. What's Your Fantasy by Ludacris. Ludacris, his records that hit, his classic records are still classic. Move, bitch, get out the way. I'm down to hear Ludacris. Yeah, it's A2K. Luda got slaps. They sleep. Will Lakers said Hopsin was a gimmick. Yeah, I think Hopsin was I think he pigeonholed himself. I think the same thing that made him popular, the reason why we're even talking about him, is because his diss records, the Eye of, what was it called? The Ill Mind of Hopsin. That also is what pigeonholed him. So yeah, a lot of people look at him as a gimmick. But if it wasn't for that gimmick, we wouldn't even be talking about him at all. So it's the good and the bad. Big Sean let himself become the silver medal version of Drake. Once Drake bit his style, the friendly future should have stopped. Yeah, but how? Yeah, but I think, how could Big Sean have handled that? Does he just diss Drake early on, or like, how does he handle it? If I'm Big Sean, I'm starting to bite Drake style. All right, you want to do that? All right, watch me on this R&B record. Watch me work with some of your producers, since we biting off each other. Pause. Is it possible Big Sean Ghost wrote for Drake? He did for Kanye, allegedly. I believe Big Sean wrote for Kanye. I don't know which songs, but I would believe it if someone told me that. Because, I mean, a lot of good music artists wrote for Kanye. Sahida Prince wrote for Kanye. Pusha T wrote for Kanye. Hopsin equals male Azalea Banks. It's crazy. Street saying Drake is preparing something for Kendrick. Hard sneak diss track is crazy. Like, yo, like, hard sneak diss track is crazy. Just come out and diss the nigga, or don't. Zay2K said, who's top 5 best lyricists? I don't know about best lyricists. Lupe is for sure in there. Lupe Fiasco. Lupe is my number one. I don't know any lyricist that's more potent than Lupe. Probably Ka. Ka for sure is in there. K-A, Ka, Brownsville Ka on Twitter. I those two for sure. I really have to think about it. Black Thought too. Why are we talking about Krayshawn in the chat? Gucci. Yo, Raquel said he had an R&B record with Janae. He probably should have done that earlier. If he really wanted to respond to Drake biting his style, he probably should have, started doing the R&B stuff earlier. Why don't you like Future? Many people vibe to his music. I like some Future mixtapes. Like, I like the 56 Nights. I like that little pocket of Future, that 2015 Future. Dirty Sprite 2, Beast Mode, 56 Nights. But for me to just sit and listen to a rapper who's not talking about shit like 90% of the time is very hard for me to do. Like, I listen to Future in the gym, and it's still, he only has certain songs that I like, certain albums. But it's hard for me to listen to a rapper, one, who's not talking about anything, and two, the stuff he's talking about, he doesn't even live it. Like the Percocets, the Mollies, all the drugs, like Future is not even, he doesn't even live that lifestyle. According to himself, Future is not living like that. So the rapper's not authentic, he's not talking about shit, and he can't really rap that well. Like, why would I listen to that? That's me personally. But there's nuance. That's the thing about my channel. There is nuance. But there are Future albums that I like. Well, there's one Future album I like, and I like some of his mixtapes. When Future just comes through with a great song, I like it. But like that, I don't think is a great song. Future and Kendrick, I don't think that's a great song. I think it's a great Kendrick verse, and I think it's a great beat. Future is the least interesting thing about that song. Yeah, O'Neal said, hard sneak diss sounds like a dangerous pillow fight. Facts. Black Thought has a great discography. Yeah, Black Thought is up there for sure. Future got old to me after Dirty Sprite 2. I'm with you. Yeah, Dirty Sprite 2 is like, once you've heard that, you really don't need to listen to anything else Future's. Unless you want to listen to Future do R&B, which I've never understood from people. Like, hearing Future sing terribly on a record, I don't understand. Like, certain things that I don't like, I understand why other people like them. I don't understand why people want to hear Future sing on records. Like on the Hendrix album, the shit doesn't sound good. Like, Black Thought is on an island. Yeah, Black Thought's, he's on his own. He wants you to feel like his music is the drugs. Yeah. Luckily, I have no temptation or desire to do drugs. So I don't want to listen to music and feel like I'm on drug. HUR said Future is incredibly influential to people who came after them. Yeah, I agree. And I think rap is in a bad place because of it. Like when people say Lil Wayne, you know, he was influential. I agree. I'm not going to just act like Lil Wayne was influential, but I think he influenced some terrible rap. Like Young Thug when he first came out. Have y'all heard those early Young Thug tapes? I'm talking about Young Thug, I Came From Nothing. 3. Let me see. I Came From Nothing. You guys ever listen to this mixtape? I listened to it when it came out. Horrible. Like literally one of the worst. Bro, any genre, this is one of the worst albums ever created. Any genre. A baby could make a record and it sounds better. This is absolute garbage. Directly influenced by Lil Wayne. No, it's this one actually. It's this one. I think this is like, yeah, this is number 2. It's this one. Garbage. Directly influenced by Wayne. So yeah, I can agree, like, yeah, Future was influential. Wayne was influential. But I think hip hop is worse off for it. That's what I think. And then who did Young Thug influence? All these fucking gangster rappers singing, whining on records, shooting each other, killing each other. All this, and Wayne helped influence that. I don't think it's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's influential, but I don't think it's a good thing. And then who did Future influence? Singing rappers, not saying shit on records, mumbling and all this other type of shit. Yeah, he's influential, but I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for hip hop. The R&B game missing Aaliyah. You can see the influence she left. Yeah, Aaliyah was huge. A lot of people don't realize Aaliyah, like, when she was an artist, Beyonce was still out. She was in a group though. She hadn't started her solo career. Aaliyah was a solo artist. She was in movies. She was arguably bigger than Beyonce. His commitment to singing, he's talking about Future, is about the distortions of auto-tune. Really, it's Future's engineers. They're taking like these takes. Like, I think Future is just getting on a beat, saying anything for like 7 minutes at a time. No structure, saying anything. It's his producers and engineers who are deleting stuff, placing this part here. Okay, we can copy and paste this, make this. Future's producers and engineers are making his music palatable. I don't think Future is in there writing songs. I think he's just saying anything. And it's his producers who are making songs out of gibberish. I think that's how it's going. I think Future is one taking everything. One take, no thought, one take. And his producers are making songs out of it. Chopping and splicing and putting this there. That's the real MVP. Lupe and Kendrick are friends. Please explain why Lupe don't like Kendrick. I got a video about that. Let me see, where I kind of explain my thoughts. Here we go. Lupe, Kendrick. Yeah. It's Lupe versus Kendrick. Is Lupe obsessed with Kendrick? So I kind of talk about that. Yeah, I think whenever Lupe should stop talking about Kendrick because he just sounds bitter every time he speaks about him. Well, like I said, I remember when Thug was doing songs with Cash Out. Yo, Young Thug's music is horrible, bro. And he has some songs that I like, but he's horrible. Do I think it's good for hip hop? No. Yeah, Smoke Quan, influence isn't always good. Listening to Future's synonymous to losing brain cells to me. Certain stuff I know I'm not gonna like, I don't even listen to it. But like Dirty Sprite 2, I heard a couple songs from it. I heard some snippets and I was like, I might like this. Then I listened to the whole thing and I was like, yeah, I really like this album. Dirty Sprite 2, Future. He just dropped the video for Rotation like this week. And that song is like 10 years old almost. He just dropped the video. I mean, if Wayne just stopped one snort short, I don't think his influence would be that bad. I think it's a lean. Like, Lil Wayne just represents so much what I did not like about hip hop in like 08, 09. It's hard for me to, but I do agree he's influential. I won't deny that. Kanye West 808's album had a lot of influence on these rappers today, yeah. Without Kanye 808, there will be no Drake as we know him today. There will be no Kid Cudi. There probably won't be Big Sean. Or Uzi Vert. Future has writers too, which is crazy because he doesn't say anything. Future has writers? Who is Future's writers? I know Future to be a writer. Like that Racks on Racks song, Racks on Racks on Racks. Future wrote that. I would love to see an alternate universe if Aaliyah was still alive. I don't think she would have been so big. She didn't have the range. Well, she was already, I don't know if you were there, I don't know how old you are, but Aaliyah was already tracking. Like she was on the verge of being a movie star. She was in the movie Something Something Must Die. Aaliyah was already tracking. She was already probably the biggest R&B artist. In terms of black R&B artists, she was probably the biggest one. Like she was on par with Destiny's Child as a group, just as one solo act. Do you think Kendrick Lupe will be a good rap battle? It depends what we mean by rap battle, like battle rap stage style or anything, or something like that. Or like record for record. I wouldn't want to see that though. I don't want to see Lupe and Kendrick go at each other. I want to hear them do songs with each other. Lil B has the most influence on modern rap. Yeah, Lil B has a lot of influence. Lil B is the reason why A$AP Rocky calls himself Pretty Flacco. Lil B called himself Pretty Bitch first. The tiny pants and all this. Lil B is influential, man. That don't mean it's good. Yeah, you gotta remember she was going into fashion too, just like Tupac with Versace. Yeah, Aaliyah was like, and she had her biggest hit, Rock the Boat. It was easily tracking to be her biggest song. I want to say it might have been the biggest song in the country. And as she was shooting that video for that song, that's when she passed. If my timeline is correct. See, I'm going just straight based off memory. When I was in high school, people looked at Lupe lyrically about how people look at Kendrick lyrically to a certain parallel. Yeah, Kendrick's not on, he doesn't try to do what Lupe does. Lupe is way denser lyrically. Why is everyone online so obsessed with Lupe versus Kendrick? Because these are two of the top lyricists of all time. Still rapping, you know what I mean? The worst is Yachty, then 21 Savage. Yeah, two artists. A lot of y'all like 21 Savage. I just can't listen to shit like that, bro. Like it's like I feel dumber when I listen to it. She was supposed to be in Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't know that. I agree, and I didn't want to make that comparison as I get crucified. Yo, Lady Kid, you cannot be afraid to be crucified. Do it look like I'm afraid to get crucified? You can't be afraid either. We gotta say what we mean. Yeah, she had better acting range than Beyonce. Yeah, if you watch that Beyonce movie, I think it's called Carmen, and then you watch, I think this movie with Aaliyah was called Romeo Must Die. Or Queen of the Damned, one of those. There's no comparison. Like Aaliyah was on track to being a superstar. I would rather hear Lupe and Kendrick do records together, but Lupe just so bitter. Yeah, Lupe is very bitter about Kendrick for some reason. He should just stop speaking about Kendrick. Lil B is the most consistent trash rapper of all time. He had a mixtape every bi-week. Yo, almost said Lupe. Lil B had like 100-song mixtape. Y'all remember the Bitch Mob mixtapes? Lil B is crazy. I performed Rock the Boat for my 6th grade talent show. That should tell you all. Okay, so you remember too. So you remember then. You know what I'm talking about. But it's funny because you can see Rihanna rocking similar outfits of Leah. A lot of girls A lot of girls nowadays, they take bits and pieces from Aaliyah, as you should. You know, whether it's in the choreo or just Aaliyah, she was like, she wasn't outwardly sexual. She was just extremely pretty, so she had a lot of sex appeal. But she was more laid back type of girl. No singer has captured that. Like, people will take bits and pieces from Aaliyah, like her outfits or her choreo or how she sounded in a song, but no one has been able to recreate her vibe. Not in your face sexual. Like, Aaliyah, her body wasn't even like, back then, she wasn't considered to have a fat ass and big titties and all this, but everyone was just so enamored by her and like how pretty she was, and she still had the sex appeal, but she wasn't like that. She portrayed herself to be just laid back, chill type of girl. So people can try to take her choreo, her outfits. No one has been able to recreate her vibe. That's a big reason people still remember Aaliyah to this day. Obviously, the music was amazing. Timbaland, Missy Elliott, but it was the vibe. You know what I mean? And Dame Dash will talk about this. Dame Dash was dating Aaliyah at the time. They were dating. He's like, yo, she's like literally the coolest girl ever. J. Cole, record for record, who will win? Kendrick, J. Cole. I don't want to see Kendrick, J. Cole either, but go listen to the Black Friday. That's like the closest we've gotten to Kendrick versus J. Cole. The Black Friday, when they was rapping over each other's beats. I think it will be closer than people think. J. Cole he's better than people. I don't know. There's like people who really understand J. Cole is one of the GOATs, and there's people who act like he ain't one of the GOATs. J. Cole will give Kendrick a run for his money for sure. Will Laker said, I'm 34, remember it all. Yeah, so you guys remember Aaliyah. The girlies have no artist development. That's why, yeah. No artist development. Aaliyah will look at you and you be in a spell type shit, right? And it's not a girl with just fat ass and shaking ass and all this. Think about it. She wouldn't like that. Nobody has her swag, facts, at all. Aaliyah had an aura, facts. On some Badu shit, less crystals. Yeah, no crystals. She was just, yeah, man. Aaliyah mixed goth with street. I never looked at Aaliyah and thought goth, but Aaliyah's like Zendaya mixed with Beyonce. Nah. Zendaya doesn't even have the thing that Aaliyah had. She doesn't have that. I'm trying to think who comes the closest. Zendaya doesn't have that. All Zendaya has that Aaliyah has. All Zendaya has that Aaliyah had is long hair and like skinny figure. But she doesn't, Zendaya doesn't have like sex appeal like that at all. Like, and she doesn't have that chill aura. Like, Kendrick embarrassed Cole in them Black Friday freestyles. I don't think he embarrassed him. I think Cole did his thing. Can I random segue since we're on Aaliyah? What do you think of Miseducation being Billboard's top rap album? So y'all, you know how they say Jay-Z there's a Jay-Z bar for every situation? I got a video for every situation. Go watch my Lauryn Hill Exposed video. Lauryn Hill was not a rapper. I go into that Miseducation album and I break down how many times Lauryn Hill actually rapped, because people love to call her one of the best rappers. And I was like, how much did she actually rap? And I just look at all her albums and count the verses. Miseducation is not really a rap album. It's an R&B album with rapping on it. So that would be like putting Beyonce Lemonade as one of the best hip hop albums of that year. Yeah, Beyonce is rapping on it, but it's not a rap album. I look at Miseducation the same way. Aaron said, you skipped my last 3 comments. What'd I do? You didn't do nothing. I didn't see them. Did anyone else see Aaron's comments? AG? I'm scrolling through my chat. I don't see your comments. I see them now. The closest is Janae. No, facts. Will Lakers, yes. Will Lakers is correct. The closest thing we have to Aaliyah now is Janae Aiko. But Janae Aiko, she don't got the... Musically, she's not on Aaliyah's level. Aaliyah could sing really well. But Janae tries to recreate like the mellow, part of Aaliyah's music that she did. But Aaliyah had records where she really sang. Janae Aiko is not a great singer like that. But Janae Aiko is the closest. Facts. Lupe Fiasco, Show Goes On is great. But the thing about Janae, it's not as novel because Aaliyah did it first. Before Aaliyah, there was no, like, her personality, you couldn't match it to anyone, you know, in recent history. Janae, you can match it to Aaliyah, so it's not as novel as when Aaliyah was out. You know what I mean? Lupe Fiasco, Show Goes On. Song is great of what's happening in 2024 and Show Goes On is like one of those classic records because it's forever relevant. Man says Sexy Red is, no, we not doing that. Cole's just all right on this Black Friday freestyle. Dot was spazzing though. I do feel you, Cole has improved mightily since then. He still seems to know what's up. Really, we need Cole and Kendrick to do more music together. They just barely have any music together. That's why then we can clearly see who's the best or who's better than who. RS said, what's the best Kendrick verse in your opinion? You know, like I said, there's a Jay-Z bar for every situation. I got a video for like many of y'all questions. Let me see. Where's my, top 5 best Kendrick Lamar verses? It's on my channel. What did I say? My favorite. I'm on my Nike Tech in this one. I like it. Number 1, I don't think I put them in order, but Average Joe, verse 2. I was walking from Centennial when I seen an unidentified vehicle roll up, and I was like, hold up. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix where he washed Jay-Z. And also Mama, verse 1, off To Pimp a Butterfly. I like to see Cole and Kendrick go at it, some lyrical gymnastics type, throwing specific schemes back and forth. Kind of like how Drake had done with the whole MJ thing. Yeah, I think we can get that from Kendrick and Cole without a rap beef. I don't want to see them rap beef. We can just get that if they just did a song together. 6 minutes, no hook, bars only. Then we could really see. Will Lakers said Janae Put You to Sleep. I like that very first Janae Aiko mixtape, Sailing Souls. I like that one. I agree, Janae is more organic than anyone else in women's R&B. Right. She's super like attractive without trying to be super attractive. Lady Kid said, I try the algorithm be algorithming. We're never going to get that collab album either. Yeah, it's probably a dub at this point. Cole chose to take the more melodic route. Yeah, Cole kind of changed up on KOD. After KOD or on KOD, there was like a whole new flow that J. Cole developed that he's never abandoned since. It was a cold day in Brooklyn with the Nike Tech on, respectfully. Yeah. Brooklyn, but we in LA in here. But yeah, the Nike Tech. The Tech guy, I had the pants on too. I got the whole match and fit. Every winter I buy a new Nike Tech. I got to. Rhapsody killing it right now. I love her. I like Rhapsody. I don't really love her music like that. Her music really doesn't stick for me, but she can rap though. Again, I say stuff and people are like, oh my God. I say stuff about artists that you never heard anybody say about artists. Like well-liked artists. But it's just, I gotta be for real. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix is one of my favorite verses, yeah. He watched Jay-Z. Jay-Z sent the remix and Kendrick was like, all right, bet, I'm adding a verse onto this. I'm not about to let Jay-Z do me like this. Cole got some tracks they did together around Section 80 OD era and didn't release them. That's the era we want to hear. You need to release them joints. What do you think about Sean C music opinions? I don't really watch Sean C, but I respect his channel. I do. I remember someone said earlier in the chat I should do a video with Sean C. Sean C would never do a video with me. He has millions of subscribers and I don't. So there's nothing for him to gain there. I would like to do a video with Needle Drop. Needle Drop follows me. Needle Drop has nothing to gain from doing a video with me. I'm the one that has everything to gain in these scenarios. So why would anyone ever do that? Kendrick, when he wants to hop in, Kendrick, when he wants to, can hop in. His lyrical really bad bar. Yo, Z2K, your comment is fucking me up. But it seems like he cares about being a better, I know what you're trying to say though, a better artist instead of an insane lyricist. And I respect that. I want to hear good songs. I don't really care about rhyming every single syllable in a bar for 50 bars straight. I want to hear good songs. In Florida, we passed out of dehydration. We wore the Nike Tech at night. Yeah, right now the weather is crazy. In California, it's like 85, 90 degrees at night. But in Florida, y'all got that humidity, which is like a whole different thing. Respectfully, I think people pull out Rhapsody because they don't know any other female rappers that just don't talk about their cat. Yeah, I agree. My favorite female rapper, like I've been saying for years now, since 2019, and it just kills me. People be like, "Yo, L.A., y'all haven't had a female rapper since Lady of Rage, since Yo-Yo and Ice Cube." I'm like, what do you mean L.A. ain't had a female rapper? The biggest female rapper out right now is from L.A. Big Doja. What are we talking about? But Doja talks about her cat. But Doja, no pun intended, she talks about her cat. But she got bars, she got style. I fuck with Doja Cat. And Lil Sim, she doesn't talk about her cat. Kendrick on some traditional West Coast bounce beat will be a cheat code. Well, we'll see what direction Kendrick goes on the album. Yes, A2K, you good. So anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. Go watch the new videos. My newest videos, Kendrick Lamar is not deep. If you don't watch the video, just go to the video, laugh at the comments. Because, I love to stir the pot up. I just love to stir the pot up, But, shout out to everybody who gets it, who understands. Like, you could look at this video, you could look at the title and feel one way, but there's no way after you watch the video, I don't know how you can disagree with anything I'm saying here. So if you read the comments, you'll see people who truly understood what I was saying, who watched the video, and people who are just super mad. But I love stirring the pot up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Does that make me messy? If so, so be it. Yeah, Lady Kid said, thanks for the videos other than rap too. Yeah, thanks for watching them. I try to throw in, more of my political stuff, business stuff. That's what my degree is in. My degree is in political science. My degree is in business. So I'm naturally interested in those. So every so often you'll see like those scattered throughout the channel. So anyways, that's all I got for today. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.